So right now Dad is working on clearing out the chimney, sweeping it out. You know, it's a piece of annual maintenance when you have a fireplace. And we have a wood fire stove inside the house.
Well, I think we got a problem.
What's the problem?
I think that inside pipe just fell out.
Let's go take a look at that. And he was right. The pipe did fall out. There it is. There's the creosote coming out.
Alright, did it fall off?
Yup, it fell off.
We're just going to have to take that interior piece out and clean it out separately.
Yeah.
The upper portion is clear, the creosote buildup is gone. I'm going to put the lid back on this thing.
Alright, so we're going to have to remove this riser pipe from the stove and clean that out separately because it won't stay attached. So we're going to go outside and put the top back on.
Put the screws back in, cover. Fair amount of creosote. Then we're going to have to sweep up and sweep into a bag off the roof. We don't want it down on the ground where the dogs sit.
You know, dogs see creosote as a treat.
Well, if they keep that type of thing up, they might, experience a little spontaneous combustion when they fart.
Yeah. Yeah, don't really want the dogs to have dragon farts. He's got 4 screws to put in. If you look really close, you can see that he went through and scrubbed out the bottom part of the cap. That experiences a lot of creosote buildup because, well, it's a cold thing that the creosote can condense on. You know, if you didn't know, creosote is a highly flammable substance that happens naturally in a wood-burning stove. If you don't go through and clean it out, you're likely to experience a chimney fire, which will burn down your house.
Well, either that or shoot 3 feet up in the air and scare the hell out of your neighbors.
Oh, that's also true.
Has a tendency to turn your stove red hot. That dark black stove will now be a different color.
Yeah.
And you will have to evacuate the house because it is A, it will smell bad, and B, you won't want to be there. You don't need 120 degrees inside the house. Now, if you can grab me a broom, hand me up a broom, I'll sweep up this creosote so we're not feeding it to the dogs.
Alright. So this right here is what creosote buildup looks like inside of a chimney. Now, it's not likely to catch fire with 1 year's growth, but after a couple of years this will build up and start generating, if it catches fire in any way. I don't know if you could see any of that, but it will catch fire and burn very, very well, which is very, very bad for inside of a home. That's the stuff that we have to clean out.
Raised our brush to the pipe. You got a 6-inch, you got 7-inch, you got 8-inch pipes. We have a 6-inch pipe, we have a 6-inch brush. up, down. You know, watch your wrist while you're going up and down, because if you touch the edge, you're going to cut yourself. Trying to screw it up, and that we didn't put something underneath this before we start brushing, but we'll take a shovel and clean it all up when we're done.
That's what he's talking about.
There we go. It's moving fairly easily, at least in the lower portion of the pipe. I'm gonna round it. You can see the difference inside if you look inside the pipe as to what we have as opposed to what we had.
Well, it's a little hard to see, and you know it's gonna be, but you notice none of the caking, none of the flakes, because all of the caking and flakes is right there.
Now we gotta do a little bit on the elbow. I mean, we could just take the thing and straighten out the elbow because it's one of the adjustables, but there's not that much buildup, so we're just gonna give it a light brushing. And we'll be good. That will be most of it. So we'll clean up that. One thing we probably should have brought your attention to before we started is the ladder placement. You're going to go up on your roof. Come over here and take a look at what we've done. Notice we've angled the ladder to match the slope of the roof, so that it's got a solid purchase. It's touching both sides, and it is solid against the ground.
It's all against the ground, touching both sides at the top.
It's fairly level when it comes to side. It is at, you know, there's more than, it was approximately 4 feet for the 12 feet that we're ascending of run out, so that if you lean back with your weight, it's not going to go anywhere. And notice that it's going to extend more than 2 feet beyond the surface of the roof and getting up and down. Those are OSHA regulations, occupational safety and health. And when you go up, if you see the difference, you've got 3 points of contact at all times. And notice how easy it is to get on the roof and off the roof without putting yourself in any danger. Having those 3 points of contact, not ascending into a situation where you don't have anything to hold on to. 3 points of contact coming down. Make sure your foot is on the ground before you let go. I've done that a lot of times. Being one step too far up meant I was one step closer to falling on my butt. And I won't tell you how many times I've done that. But our pipe is clean through the roof into the house. Our pipe is clean. The portion that will go into the house, we're going to go back inside. We're going to reassemble that. We're going to vacuum out the stove itself. We're going to vacuum out the area where the stove comes down into. We'll take a look at that in a minute. On here, we're going to take a vacuum cleaner, shop vac, and vacuum out the inside of that. There is a ton of creosote sitting on top of the plate, the heat baffle inside the wood stove. So we're going to vacuum that out, and then we're going to slide this in and reinsert that, put our screws back in.
That's what he's talking about when he says all that creosote sitting on top of the baffle. This right here.
First fire of the season, it would be a good ignition point for that heat going up the chimney, and not a good thing.
That's a good 1.5 inches deep of just creosote. Burns like oil and charcoal mixed together.
All right.
And the riser is back installed. We used the shop vac to clean it out. The bucket vac did not, the filter on it did not work so well. So
We got the large particulate matter and left the small one in the air around us. Not the best choice.
it worked, ish. Now we get to vent out the house because there's stuff in the air.
Mostly just ash, not the creosote, because the creosote got trapped inside. And then we get to clean out the inside, scoop it out, brush it out. And here a little bit later, we're going to be replacing the fire brick. We'll show you when we do that. All right, have a good one.
All right.